Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to Ramble number 13. Let's get into it. So one thing I wanted to mention is that I've decided to start doing some clue scrolls. I have been sitting at kind of a random number of clues for a while and got tired of it. I'm currently at 800 flat right now, but I've decided to start going for 1,000 just to have that nice even number. I really do enjoy doing clue scrolls, so this is just something I've been doing while woodcutting. I get probably around 3 or 4 bird's nests every hour, and they only take around 2 minutes to do or so. It's not too bad. I usually just take everything I need out of my bank while woodcutting and everything I could possibly need from clues, so I just can instantly do it like that. No need to go to the bank or trade and all or anything, since it's just like a one-trip activity, as opposed to if I was like killing goblins for clues. I'd have to like carry a lot of stuff in my inventory, and that would get kind of annoying because I also have to drink a lot of energy potions too. So yeah, I thought I'd upload a video for you guys this week. There's been some quite heated topics in the RuneScape community as usual. I'll get into that in a minute. I just wanted to say Forestry Part 2 will be coming out soon, so that's good. Not really. But yeah, not really looking forward to that. We'll probably be doing another podcast to talk about it once it comes out, so stay tuned for that. So the topic that has been discussed quite heavily on Reddit and Twitter kind of branched off from the last topic I talked about in free-to-play only main progress 29. So since this Duke mining thing became possible, it sparked the conversation that whether or not Jagex should implement activities that require 20 plus minutes of AFKing. So since RuneLite came out with the option of increasing the amount of time that you can spend online without getting logged out, this created a method that Jagex more or less sort of implemented because of this case. So I'm not completely familiar with how they work. As far as I know, shooting stars have received a sort of buff. It doesn't affect how quickly the star depletes based on how many people are mining it, which I think is fine. However, this makes it so players can actually not click their screen at all for over 20 minutes and gain mining XP that way. So if you haven't seen it already, Hebox posted a really good video talking about this subject already and did a great job arguing his point. So I'm not going to get into too much of my opinion. I'll just give it, and if you have any counter arguments, then feel free to let me know in the comments. Go check his video out. I would definitely recommend it. So there's a streamer that actually tweeted something that is probably one of the major reasons that's being talked about. He's some PVM streamer, I believe. I don't really know anything about him, but essentially, he tweeted saying that all skills should be 20k an hour in Super AFK. Or a better way of putting it is that he wants all skills to have an alternative method that's 20k an hour and AFK. I think Hebox made like a really good point about how the fact that we as players have some say in how the game is developed is probably the reason that people have gone so soft when it comes to skilling. Like, if you really don't like something, you can just ask for it to be changed, essentially. I think that can be kind of a dangerous path. So I kind of see like why people want to get rid of the polling system to some extent. I think it also, maybe it shouldn't be the final say. It leads me to remember some YouTubers talking about how this generation has gone soft in a way when it comes to their attention span. I don't personally use TikTok or things of that nature, but I have occasionally seen this phenomenon pop up on news feeds occasionally. Someone is trying to explain their point, and it's too boring for, I guess, younger people to pay attention for too long. So what they do is they put like Minecraft in the background, or Subway Surfers, or GTA. I think probably a lot of you have seen this, I would assume. But yeah, they do this because they want to get their point across without people clicking away from the video. The point is, this is probably partially the reason people complain so much about this subject. My other observation is that people feel very entitled these days. Essentially, this person has a skill cape that I want, but I really don't want to have to work for it to get there. Everyone has the exact same advantage. You spend time on the game to get the thing. If you really want it that badly, it's very much possible. A lot of these Redditors are arguing that they don't have free time, and everyone really has free time if you think about it. If you're really motivated to do something, nothing is going to stop you from doing that, regardless of how much other obligations you have to do. I've personally experienced that. Working full-time, school full-time, there are so many top page players that are in this real-life situation that all these Reddit people are claiming to also be in, but they are able to make time because they genuinely enjoy playing the game. Nobody is forcing you to get like a 99 mining cape It's not required for anything. If you want to get it, you can get it. If you do want to make progress on your account, there are other skills you can AFK for very long periods of time, like combat, cooking, very quick, fast, cheap. You can save those skills for when you can't really play, and you can play on the side. But for skills that require a lot of effort, like mining, you can save that for times when you can pay attention, and you have to just push through it if you really want that mining cape or whatever. I personally don't see an argument against the way things are right now. I think it's more along the lines of these people are just very selfish and they want these things but don't want to have to actually work for it. And I think it stems from this, that, you know, we have control over the game to some extent, like I mentioned before. I think that's just kind of deep rooted in everybody's brains that play this game. The vast majority of players feel this way about the game, that they want it changed to make it easier for themselves. That's what they ask for, and that's what they vote for in the polls. Because at what point is a method too AFK and not fast enough? If everything is 20k an hour in AFK, then people are going to start asking for 30k an hour in AFK and 40k an hour in AFK. There's really not an end to it. Like, we can see it in RS3. It's already happened. All jokes and all exaggeration aside, I feel like this whole topic is just extremely depressing. And I think a lot of people will also agree with me here. It's totally absurd to me that there's people in this game that feel this way and can't look past their own selfishness, being entitled to this extent. Like, I am completely shocked by it. We haven't seen anything this bad in so long. I really feel that way. Like, this attitude towards the game is totally unprecedented. I watched this video a few weeks ago about how the company that owns Jagex currently, the Carlyle Group, is planning on selling off their shares to another company, as this typically happens. What they're doing right now, if you haven't noticed already, is trying to pump up their value of the company. And by doing this, adding a whole bunch of microtransactions to RS3, as you guys have seen. And of course, Old School is also coming out with these absolutely massive updates, like a brand new skill that just so happened to be pushed through the polls, a brand new area, new dead man. So essentially a lot of stuff is coming out right now. They're selling these plushies and other things. I'll link this video talking about all this stuff, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So essentially what this company is trying to do is value Jagex higher than it probably should be priced, so that they can sell it for a much higher profit than they bought it for. But what that means for us on Old School is that some company is going to buy Jagex, and they're going to realize that this company is not worth what they bought it for. So they're going to do everything they can to maximize their profits, which could mean microtransactions on Old School for all we know. It could mean a variety of things. It depends on if the company actually cares about the integrity of the game or not, which a massive capitalistic corporation, probably not, I would say. The point is, there's many slippery slopes all happening simultaneously around us while we try to enjoy this game we used to play when we were kids. I'm just trying to enjoy the game in its current state. If things get too out of hand, I think I would ultimately just try and finish the account, move on to something else eventually. My hope is that I can still complete my skills in a way that I find enjoyable. And in conclusion, I kind of just want to reiterate, I'm not saying AFK methods shouldn't exist entirely. I think that the game should not be designed to have these AFK alternatives in a way that it's just very forced into the game. Something can be AFK'd, it's because it's how it is and it's how it's always been. I think they exist in the game and there's not much we can change about it, but what we can change is what's updated into the game, I guess. The abrupt adjustment to the topic here. Just wanted to mention that sorry there was no Ironman video this week. The progress on the account has caught up to the uploads, so essentially what you're seeing is pretty recent whenever you see an episode or a stream. I have about 10 minutes of footage right now, but I think I usually upload when I feel like it's about done. The episode has reached its conclusion. I've been enjoying my time AFKing Willows and doing events, doing clues on the side as well. Gained quite a bit of woodcutting XP, as you can see, up to 105 mil now. Only been 10 days since I uploaded that 100 million woodcutting video. I guess I was already at 102 at that point, but I find it pretty easy to play multiple accounts while doing this, so it's been nice. I've been occasionally streaming my main on Twitch and the Ironman on YouTube, as some of you might have seen. You can always go back and watch past broadcasts of those, at least on YouTube. I did want to mention in the last stream I did, I got a copyright strike because some guy used one of the RuneScape songs and remixed it and copyrighted it. Clearly either YouTube did not recognize that this was not the same song, or this guy is maliciously trying to just take ad revenue from people that play RuneScape and listen to the in-game music. As far as I know, there's no copyright for using game music. I'm fairly certain. I believe this is something that does happen occasionally. YouTube has a very lax system when it comes to claiming you own a song, apparently. I haven't really looked into this myself, but this is what I've heard. So, like, basically you can just say, I own this song, and anyone that's ever uploaded that song on YouTube, you will get their ad revenue, basically, which is just a scam. Speaking of revenue, there's a feature on YouTube that you can basically subscribe like you do with Twitch. I turned it on. I don't really know if it's actually on yet, so if it's not on right now, then it should be on soon if you're interested in doing that. If you feel like supporting the videos I make, I would greatly appreciate that. I mostly just do this for fun. I don't mind making, a few bucks from a video, why not? But if you feel like supporting me more, that would be greatly appreciated. Essentially, the perks of it would just be you'd get to see videos a little bit earlier. I'm thinking, for example, the Ironman videos, I usually finish those before I upload them on Fridays. You would just have access to that a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think I have to go through some settings and label each tier of subscription. Each tier would have the same exact perks. It just depends on how much you feel like giving me, basically. The minimum would be like a $3 one is what I think I set it to. I also wanted to mention I labeled them non-memberships. I thought that was pretty clever. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if it was, again, quite negative, but it's my thoughts. I don't really plan these videos out. I just kind of start talking. Hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care.